All right, the tire is fixed. Welcome to today's vlog. It is 8:36 or 8:35. Back out of the truck. I'm gonna come over here and show you the tire as well as record another video for TikTok because, you know, why not? Why not indeed? Yes. But here is our brand new tire. Yes, brand new tire. We got all the lug nuts back on, as well as the air system. This fills the tire up with air while I'm driving, just in case it's losing any air. But yesterday I was talking about these little things that you can just barely see. They're on the top, they're also here on the side, and I enjoy them. They're funny. They're entertaining to put my hand on and rub on it. But I wonder how long these little, I call them little nipplies because I don't really know what to call them. But I wonder how long they're gonna last. I guess we will see how long they last. They might be gone. I don't know how many miles it takes for them to disappear. So we'll see if they're on there when I get home. And if I remember, we'll see if they're on there when I get to the yard. But, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to record this TikTok and save it for another day. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe another day. I don't know. We'll see what I upload tomorrow. I'm going to try and get on some sort of schedule to actually upload something on TikTok daily. We're going to try. I don't know how well it's going to go. But an attempt is going to be made, and considering I have like 20-something videos that I've been waiting to upload for over a year, and I just haven't, might as well upload them. So we might upload one of the old ones tomorrow, or we might upload this tire tomorrow. Who knows? We'll figure it out. Anyways, I'm going to record this TikTok, and then I'm going to go ahead and get in the truck. All right. What is this doing? Because I told it to do something, but I don't remember what I told it to do, so I'm going to have to tell it to do something new, which is probably the same thing, but just to make sure, because I don't want to go to the wrong place. We're going to talk to my tablets being my personal tablet and, well, my personal GPS, as well as the company tablet, and we are going to tell both of them to go home. So that's what we are getting ready to do. One says 1:39, the other one says 1:36. One of them says we'll be there at 11:10, the other one says we'll be there at 11:27. I am going to turn on Ellie Coves. You already know. I told you earlier, didn't I? Not today. I told you yesterday that Miss Ellie Coves dropped a brand new song, and we're putting it on repeat. We're gonna turn it down, but we're putting it on repeat one for the day because shit sounds fire. Well, it is fire. I heard it. It's 8:52. I've got a 140-mile drive to go home, so let's go ahead and listen to Ellie Coves and go on this 140-mile drive. Alright, so I've been parked here at the yard, not the yard, but home. And Mom informed me of something that happened in the 80s, and if you guys are old enough, which according to my watch demographic, I think y'all should be. I'm not sure. But, Mom informed me of something called Hands Across America that happened Sunday, May 25th in 1986, where they attempted to form a line across the country, a continuous line of people across the country holding hands to fight against homelessness and hunger, I think is what it said. They did not completely succeed because there were massive gaps, specifically in the southwestern deserts. But I just read a lot of this and a lot what was going on. Here is a picture of the route that actually they followed. Quite interesting. Definitely quite interesting. And I just sat here and read like what was going on in every single state. It was quite interesting. And down here at the bottom, here are the totals for the amount of people they needed and the miles that they needed to cover and the amount of people that actually showed up. It is pretty interesting, and I've just been reading this to Mom. She's on the phone right now. Just been reading it to her, and I find it interesting. So 9 states out of the 17 had more people show up than what they needed. Something that I also found interesting that is apparently Ohio had the most amount of people that showed up with 901,960 people show up, which is the most by like 300,000, just shy of 300,000, because the next one was Texas. It's 620,000. So what, 280, I think, if math is mathin', 280-ish. Or wait, did I do that the wrong way? 218, I don't know, over 200,000 people. So it was very interesting. Yeah, it was quite interesting. They estimated that they needed 5,700,600 people, and they believe the total precipitation was 5,442,960 people. Mom said hello to all of you beautiful souls, which she right, y'all a bunch of beautiful souls. But yeah, something that I also found interesting is that apparently Ohio, the route that they designed in Ohio was the second highest mileage on this list, with the only other state needing more mileage, and by more mileage covered, I mean like 22 extra miles covered, was Texas. And the other thing that is crazy is that they estimated that Texas needed 819,720 people and only had 620,000 show up. But Ohio needed 790,680 people and 900,000 people showed up. There was enough people that showed up in Ohio that could have covered Texas if they went to Texas, which is kind of crazy. Ohio really showed up to this event. And I have no idea why they decided to make Ohio not that large of a state. I mean, it is a large state, but it's not that large of a state. Be the second largest chunk within the state. Like, literally. Like, Texas is at 621. The next one is Ohio at 599. Then the next one is Arizona with 492 miles, and then everything else is below 300, or sorry, below 373. Like, what? And then the other thing is that DC needed to cover 20 miles, only needed 26,400 people, and 250,000 people showed up. And apparently the president showed up too, even though he said that he wasn't, but decided at the last minute that he was. So that was interesting. Where is it? They had a lot of individuals show up. And so did New York. New York had way more people show up than they needed. They needed 33,000 people and 150,000 showed up. So that was interesting. If everybody actually drove to where they needed to stand, they almost got all the way across the country. I was also reading that apparently in a couple states, Indiana, Arizona, New Mexico, and California, things were canceled due to weather. Indiana being rain storms that affected the amount of people that showed up. And then the Arizona and New Mexico and some of California, there was stretches that were not covered due to excessive heat, which is understandable. Nobody wants to stand in the middle of a desert when it's over 100 degrees. But if there was good weather across the entire country and it wasn't ridiculously hot. Maybe the amount of people that showed up would have been enough to cross the country, not that they would have driven to get to the part of the line that they needed to be at. So, quite interesting. Quite interesting. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It was definitely interesting. We only needed 258,000 more people to show up, give or take a bit. That was quick mental math that may not be right. So, I mean, yeah. That's cool. That's cool. That was very interesting to read. Very, very interesting to read. I enjoyed that. It's been almost an hour sitting here in the truck at this point. Yeah, 53 minutes. I've been sitting here in the truck 53 minutes going on specifically about this entire event, which I did not know existed, which is fair because it happened like 9 years before I was born, give or take a bit. It also said that the first person in line was a 6-year-old, and then the last person was a homeless family, or the last group of individuals, all the way down here. It says at the end of the line there was 2 individuals and their 5 children who are residents of the local homeless shelter who ended the line. And who was the person who started it? They said that the little girl, let's see, where is she? Where is it at? First person in line was a 6-year-old whose family had been living in the local welfare hotel until recently. So, that's cool. That is cool. They almost got it. They almost had it. And if, you know, cities like New York and DC didn't have hundreds of thousand people show up when they only needed 10,000, 20, 30,000 people to show up, that'd have been a different situation. But it's not like they're going to take those 127, is it right? No, it's not like they're going to take those 117,000 extra people in New York and then place them in Arizona where they only covered 30% of the state. But still, that's really cool that happened. I'd be interested in seeing them trying again and see if they could get it. That'd be a cool thing. That would definitely be cool. That'd be very, very, very interesting. This was a very interesting hour. A very, very, very interesting hour. I've gone into a rabbit hole about this, and I have enjoyed everything that I learned. It also says that that the people that showed up would have covered 95% of the route if they were all stretched out and not bunched up in major cities. A lot of people were bunched up in major cities. They had more people show up than they needed, especially DC and New York. I mean, shit, even Ohio too. Delaware had 60% more people than they needed, and Ohio had 14% more people than they needed. So it was quite interesting. Definitely an enjoyable rabbit hole that I've fallen in today. Thank you, Mom. I know I already thanked you on the phone because you're right there, but I'm thanking you here. Because that was indeed very interesting. I enjoyed reading about that. Very much so. Very, very much so. Anyways, I'm going to start packing my things and go home. So, let's do that. Alright, after spending 3 hours parked outside and not coming inside, talking on the phone with my friend for 2 hours and 40 minutes, and then my mom again for another 45 minutes. Not all of that was outside, but like 30 minutes of it was outside. But yeah, we've been sitting outside since probably like 1:30 maybe, and we got inside at like 4:40. So I've been outside for a while, but we're finally inside. I gotta talk to the therapist here momentarily. I ordered food so that I don't have to go back out on a long adventure that I don't feel like going on. Alright, well, I wasn't expecting this to show up for another 20 plus minutes, but here it is. So, I am going to eat this. Alright, 10:30 in the evening, and I just finished taking the puppy out, and I am going to go ahead and transfer everything off of this phone onto the computer, and then edit the vlog. So let's do that. 10:57 at night. Everything is already transferred, which is fantastic. There's been a massive gap, obviously, multiple times in the vlog today. I spent, I don't even know how many hours. I spent over 3 hours talking to my friend, and then finally came inside and talked to mom again for a little bit, and then talked to the therapy lady, and then talking to my friend again for another 3 hours. So yeah, I talked to her for like 6 hours today. Just shy. I think I talked to her for 5 hours and 53 minutes today. Yeah, talked to her for quite a lot today. I enjoyed it. It was very enjoyable. I enjoyed spending that much time on the phone with her. It's been quite a while since I spent that much time on the phone with her, so it was nice. It was nice. But right now I'm just putting everything into Vegas. Let me go ahead and focus on that since I'm not really talking all that much because I'm trying to deal with this. We'll start editing the vlog after I finish putting all of this in Vegas. So let's do that. Yes, indeed. I need to edit this before I go to bed. And oh, I forgot. I have to wait for it to render before I go to bed too. Ugh. I forgot about that. I don't want to do that. Ugh. But I got to. I'll probably find something to watch. If I am feeling awake enough to try and teach myself some more guitar, I'll break that out, but I'm not sure. I've pretty much spent all day on the phone. Like, just so much of the day I've spent on the phone. I talked to my friend for almost 6 hours. I think I talked to mom for 4-ish. Been on the phone quite a bit. Let's go ahead and move all these files where they're supposed to be and then edit this vlog and get it rendering. Alright, we already started editing that vlog. We're not even a minute and a half into it yet, but I want to get into something much more comfortable. Just to realize that the thing that I want isn't even here because it's in the dirty laundry, which I need to wash, but not doing that right now. Dog pajamas. Speaking of dog, she's on the bed. So I'm going to close my door and I'm going to change these pajamas. I'm probably going to put this hoodie back on, maybe. But yeah, we're going to change into those pajamas and get much more comfortable. So I completely just like left you laying on my computer. Completely fucking forgot. I changed clothes, or I was going to change clothes, went to the bathroom, changed clothes, came out here, ended up not even putting my hoodie back on, edited the entire video. It's been rendering for, well, it took probably an hour to an hour and a half to edit it. It's been rendering for an hour and 17 minutes, and I've been watching Mark Rober, or whatever, however his name is pronounced, on YouTube. Because there was a couple videos that I haven't seen that seemed pretty interesting. So we watched those, but I am waiting for that to finish rendering. It should be done here in the next like 5 minutes, if that. Like, it might already be done. But we're putting this in the fridge because I'm not gonna drink it warm. No, I'm not. Not at all. Not at all. And I have nothing to eat in the closet besides crackers and hot chocolate, which, I don't like hot chocolate. I got it to try. I tried it. It wasn't worth it. And then kept the box. And of course, me being me, bought the biggest box that they had of hot chocolate, not knowing if I would like it, expecting everybody else to drink it. But, no, that's not how that worked. Not at all. I did just put my watch on the charger because it's at like 25%. Yeah, and that video is almost done. So yeah, once it's done rendering, we're going to upload it, deal with the description, and yeah, we're gonna upload it, deal with the description, and then go to bed. So it's finalizing right now, so while we wait for it to finalize, I'm going to scroll through YouTube, see what's on there or not, because it is done. Let's move it to where it needs to go, and there it goes. It's right where it needs to be. Now let's upload the vlog. We are on 6. Yes, we are. All right, that's uploading. I'm gonna let it do its thing, and I'm going to cut off all these monitors, put my phone on my bed, turn my bed light on, plug you in so you can charge, deal with the fans, and go to bed because I've been up for a while. I think it's been 24 hours almost. Yeah, it's 2:33, and I'm pretty sure I've been up for 24 hours. So let's go ahead and go to bed. Let's go ahead and go to bed. All right. Good morning. It is 5:51, and I need to end today's vlog and start the next one. So I am going to thank you guys for coming. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. If you keep coming back, why not go ahead and hit the bell so that you can get notifications every single time that I upload. If you are interested, you can also scroll down just a little bit farther and take a gander at the description. There you can find links to my Twitch, my Discord, my other YouTube channels, as well as all of my socials if you are interested in any of that. And of course, I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for the next daily vlog. And as always, phone hugs and bye-bye.